lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
We have 2 Uncharted 4 questions. They're very fascinating. They're interesting because they go into what Uncharted 4 could be about and how it's all going to play out. Ooh. Something that Mitch Dyer exposed me to when I went and did a commentary with him over the footage. He brought up, remember the original trailer, where at the time Todd Stashwick talked over it. And then we don't know. We know he's no longer on the game. We don't know who he was playing. How does that fit in now with this new character, the brother, and Troy?
Was it that character?
Exactly.
No.
That's what we're going to go into. Zach Thomas writes into beyond.ign.com, just like you can. It says, Beyond. First off, it was awesome meeting you at PlayStation Experience, Greg. Thanks for taking a couple seconds to say hello and whatnot. Now, while watching your in-depth look at Uncharted 4 PSX gameplay and hearing Greg and whoever that other guy was discuss the possibility of Troy Baker replacing Todd Stashwick's part. It was Mitch. That was what I did, that commentary with Mitch. I'm trying to give you the back.
The other guy.
Well, I have a theory based on the original teaser trailer. At the time of that trailer, I boldly predicted that the character was in fact Dante from Uncharted Golden Abyss, who, spoiler alert, was left in a grave or whatever the hell they said by Drake. So, what in the world do you think of that theory, Greg, Colin? And please let it be Naomi in the third chair. Sorry to whoever is actually there. I'm just bummed I walked by her at PlayStation Experience because I was more excited about the keynote than taking a picture with her. Beyond. Also, can you give my blog a plug? snmpodcast.wordpress.com. There you go, Zach Thomas.
What if that's just a really racist blog?
We effed up, and I apologize ahead of time for everybody. No, that's the whole thing is... Yeah, when Mitch and I were going through it, and then we introduced Troy, the brother, because he says something to the effect of, like, he's the big brother. He says something about little brother to Drake or whatever. Then Mitch is like, during the thing, he's talking about, well, if Stashwick's out, maybe Troy's in playing that guy. Yeah. And if he's playing in, what does the whole Stashwick monologue mean? Sure. Because he talks about, you left me in a hole to rot for blah, blah, blah. It's like, ooh, like, yeah. And even if he's not, then maybe Dante would be a good pick. So the question I have, is Troy Baker replacing Todd Stashwick? Is he the brother? Yeah. So that's question number 1. Okay. Is the brother a bad guy? Is question number 2. Sure. Sub-question to that, if the brother isn't a bad guy, is Dante the bad guy from Golden Abyss?
So, to answer them going backwards, yes, I feel like it would be weird of them to have such a strong tie-in with Golden Abyss, just because a lot of people did not play that game. I agree. And won't play that game before this game comes out. So to me, that just seems a little bit weird. Yes, there's the dialogue sort of points towards well, that would make sense. Yeah. So, yeah, there's there. The character, the brother definitely didn't look like Troy Baker, which is weird because a lot of Troy Baker's character, when they do, the
mocap. Naughty Dog's big on everything making it look. But Joel didn't look too much like Troy. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. To me, he looked more like Todd.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have said that.
Yeah, so I think they are the same character, that he's taken over that role. Just in terms of narrative, I feel like him turning on Drake would make sense.
See, I agree it makes sense, and my problem with it is
it's a little too on the nose.
That's Naughty Dog every time. No offense to Naughty Dog, you're fantastic, but I always say I like Uncharted 3 more than 2 because 2 was beat for beat Uncharted 1. Yeah. Hey, here's this person. Oh, he's betrayed you. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, there's this girl. She doesn't really like you, but maybe she'll come around. Oh, she's coming around.
There's some betrayal in 3,
look at that crazy-ass supernatural thing. Here's the twist. Ah! You know what I mean?
That kind of happens in 3, though, doesn't it?
No. This one's all about Sully.
Yeah,
what up,
but there's a betrayal, Cutter you think Cutter betrays you, and you think,
that's what I kept saying. That's what I talk about in the reviews. That they keep turning it on its head. Yeah. And you expect Talbot, he can disappear around corners and crap. This guy's gonna be a ghost or something. And it's like, no.
But there was that weird supernatural. There was that weird supernatural ending, or the last fight. I mean, they were tripping, but
yeah.
Right. But again, and that was the thing too, is when that happened, I was like, oh. They're doing this again, and then it was like, oh no, he's poisesed. I like the fact that they kept acting like they were doing their old things. Maybe that's the same thing here. Yeah, they're telegraphing this punch, but they come.
The Talbot thing was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you leave a tarot card behind at some point or something like that? Some weird thing, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
Because he's just, I'm a creep.
Yeah. I'm a weirdo. And then you fight him with the knife or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what a game.
That was a good video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we see more of that Uncharted series at some point soon. I think we will.
Yeah, I think you will too.
That's what we were talking about.
That's a weird question.
It's interesting. It's gonna be great. I don't know. It's still flabbergasting to think about that the same guy, his brother, is gonna be the guy who did the whole thing because he seems so nice when they meet him in the thing.
Yeah,
he meets them and they get up there. They climb up there and he's like, "Come on, bro."
Yeah, you see the cut right before they get a smooch on the cheek.
They did not.
Okay, they did.
Colin, I got another one for you. Ready?
Okay, hit me.
This one comes from.
Hit me, Sergeant.
Norman.
That's from, what is that from? That movie with Cher? And when
Mask.
she has daughters.
Witches
Mystic
of
Pizza.
Eastwick.
Not Mystic Pizza. No, is there a
My
movie
Left
called
Hand.
Mermaids or something? Or
Xanadu.
I don't know. Go ahead. Just go ahead. It doesn't
This is
matter.
Norman from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh.
He says, "Hello, Beyond, you
Beyond.
adorable bastards."
Oh, I like this guy already.
As a loyal PlayStation gamer living in South Africa and being the ultimate Uncharted fan, I must say that I wet my pants watching that Uncharted 4 gameplay.
That's not good.
I wanted to point something out to you, though, that many people seem to have missed. The mercenaries that Drake is avoiding are all speaking in South African accents.
Oi!
It does kind of make sense when you see the original teaser trailer, and that map highlights the Cape of Good Hope as a significant location, which is, of course, South African. I doubt, though, the setting we saw PlayStation experience is South Africa, because we don't have regions that look anything like that. So I'm guessing that's Madagascar or the Congo. One last thing, Greg. When you see Mitch Dyer, please give him a slap from all the Vita owners. How dare he say the Golden Abyss game was a boring game?
Wow.
I will hit him for you.
Don't slap him.
I have to.
Do what you have to do.
It was asked.
Don't let anyone tell you what to do, Greg. Don't let anyone put you in a box.
Thank you.
Or
no
in a
one puts me
corner,
in a box.
like
I'm hard
baby.
to get in a box. Don't put me in a baby either.
What about a big box?
But that's interesting too. That's another thing because when we were doing the rewind on the trailer, or the the giant gameplay demo, it was where are we? It's jungly. There's cliffs. This could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Except the north.
Yeah. So my theory about what we saw at E3, I don't think that's in the game. I think that's like a thing. That's a thing that's not going to be in the video game. A lot of times we see it.
Oh, where
First
he wakes
looks
up
at games,
and there's
yeah.
the cages and stuff.
Yeah, first looks at games, a lot of
Yeah.
times, they just show us a thing that's not even a vertical slice, just like a sort of a tone piece.
Sure.
And I feel like
it's
that
a
was more of a
teaser
tone
trailer.
piece.
Yeah.
Also, Drake in that looked a lot older than the Drake we saw at PSX, so I don't know if that just means, maybe the story will span 15 years.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Because
I think it will.
that's something going back to Zach's question of the brother and stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
he's the bad guy or whatever. What if the section we saw was playing through the very beginning of the game?
Yeah.
And then something goes awry and the brother's taken away.
Then it's like
and then
10
everything
years
else.
later.
Yeah. And then we get old Drake
Yeah.
in the Cage Man areas.
Cage Man.
Cage Man.
Yo,
Mega
it's
Man
me
11.
and Cage Man.
Cage.
Was it really a Cage Man?
No, I wish there was.
God.
There will be.
I said something else
Give it some
stupid
time.
the other day about a name, and you're like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, and you had like a history. I was like, I made that up, and I cannot believe that was a real Mega Man guy.
Sheep Man?
Armor Man, maybe? I think that might have been him.
No,
Hard Man.
Hard Man. That was a Mega Man 3 guy. too.
Yeah, and
That
I was
an early
saying
one.
that it was just an unfortunate translation. Like, he probably should have been named... I'm sure it did literally
Was he like
translate from
Bullet
hard.
Man or something?
It should be maybe Armor Man.
Yeah.
Because he's got that thick armor.
Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.